Kroger Tenderay Beef, no other beef so fresh can be so tender, presents Hearts in Harmony, transcribed. Here's a question you may have asked many times while on those thrifty marketing trips to your neighborhood Kroger store. You've asked, just when will Kroger Tenderay Beef be plentiful once more? Well, we sincerely wish we could help out by telling you exactly when that happy day is going to roll around. But we can't, because top grades of grain-fattened cattle used for Kroger Tenderay Beef are still extremely hard to get. However, we hope that soon you'll be able to buy all you want of fresh and tender Kroger Tenderay Beef. Yes, one of these days in the near future, you'll be able to walk up to the meat counter of your Kroger store and get all you want of that beef that's always fresh-tasting, always tender, always delicious. All that wonderful goodness will be yours because only the very top grades of grain-fattened cattle are used for Kroger Tenderay Beef. Then it's made naturally tender in just 3 days by the famous Kroger Tenderay method. And it's always fresh because through Kroger's own Tenderay method, there's no need for wasteful aging or loss of rich natural juices. Remember, no other beef so fresh can be so tender. And remember, too, until famous Kroger Tenderay Beef is plentiful once more, Kroger will always bring you the best beef available on the market. And now, Hearts in Harmony. If Freddie Lang had any intention of telling Penny Gibbs that Bill Carver, leader of Freddie's New York gang, is in Rossville, he had no chance to. For no sooner had he come home from seeing Bill than Suzanne was suddenly taken ill and had to be rushed to the hospital. At the hospital, Freddie says to Penny,
Gosh, Gibbsy, what do you figure's wrong with Mrs. G, huh?
I don't know, Freddie. Dr. Ryan says it has nothing to do with the baby. The baby will be all right unless something happens to Suzanne.
Well, ain't nothing gonna happen to her. She's an okay dame, and she don't deserve to have nothing happen to her.
Yes, I'm sure she'll be all right, Freddie.
Oh,
but it's...
Tell you what, Penny.
Johnny. Oh, Johnny, what are you doing here?
Jed told me the bad news, Penny. I thought I'd come up and see if there was something I could do.
Listen, this is a hospital, not an office, Rover boy, and ain't nothing
Freddie,
here for you
please.
I'm sorry, Gibbsy. Skip it, Keith.
Yeah, sure, I'll skip it. What's the latest about Suzanne, Penny?
Nothing Jake couldn't have told you, Johnny. She just passed out and's been unconscious almost ever since.
It has nothing to do with the baby.
Hey, Gibbsy, if you don't mind, I'm going to scram out of here. The hospitals give me the creeps. That okay?
Yeah, Freddie. Maybe you better go on home. I think I'll stay here till it's rather late.
Okay. But you call me if you need me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or if the Rover boy here gets on your nerves.
Well, if this weren't
Johnny,
a
be
hospital...
quiet. If you get angry, you're as bad as he is. Good night, Freddie.
Good night, Gibbsy.
Penny, I have all the respect in the world for you, but I think you're being the biggest fool in the world for tolerating that young squirt.
Johnny, there are more important things to worry about tonight than Freddie or whether or not I'm being a fool.
Sure. I'm sorry.
Sit down, Johnny. Here on the sofa. Looks a little more comfortable than those chairs do.
Yeah, it does look comfortable. It is.
Yeah. It was nice of you to come, Johnny. Wasn't necessary, though.
Well, I know I can't be any help to Suzanne, but I thought I might be to you. I knew you'd stay at the hospital, and I didn't want you waiting out here in the hall alone.
You're always thinking of me, aren't you?
Mind?
You know I do. Not when it's for something like this.
Good. How long did Dr. Ryan say it'd be before he'd know anything?
He didn't say.
Well, how do you act? Is it serious?
Yes, Johnny. He even admitted it was serious.
Well, he must know something about what the trouble is.
I think he does. He asked me what happened and what Suzanne was doing and what she said before she passed out. His face almost turned gray when I told him.
Oh, sounds bad. What did happen, Penny?
Well, Suzanne came into the living room early this evening and asked if she could talk to me. And then she complained that she didn't feel well. Had pains in her head, she said, felt dizzy.
She tried lying down?
Yeah. She said she was just as dizzy lying down as standing up. Said her head was giddy, sort of light.
And then she just passed out?
No, that didn't happen till sometime later. I don't know exactly when or if she had a severe pain just before she passed out or if she just fainted. I wasn't looking at it when it happened.
Uh-huh.
Freddie was playing the piano. I was watching him.
Oh. But you suddenly noticed she'd passed out. And she's been unconscious ever since.
No, she regained consciousness for a few minutes. Kept mumbling that her head hurt. And then she went under again. And Freddie and I called Dr. Ryan, and he had her rushed to the hospital right away.
Sounds plenty serious, all right.
Yeah. But it might not be as bad as it seems.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
What other way is there to look at it, Johnny? Till we know more.
You never stop using that head of yours, do you?
I think I've used it a little too much these past few hours. Getting a headache.
Hey, not you, too.
Nothing as bad as Suzanne's, don't worry. I guess it's just the hospital that's giving it to me.
Well, look, Penny, it's a nice night out. How about a walk?
No, thanks. I don't think I should leave. Pat might want me.
Well, we won't go far, just round the block. It's pretty on River Street, and the air's nice and fresh when the wind blows from across the water.
All right. We'll tell the nurse at the desk we're going out for a few minutes.
Swell.
But we're just walking down to River Street, Johnny. No farther.
Hey, Freddie.
Who's that?
What do you think it was? It's me, Bill Carver. When I step out in the light, you can see me.
Will you scram and leave me alone? I ain't meeting you until tomorrow night.
I know. Tomorrow night. Then we rob that store.
Yeah, but it's not tonight. I'm going home.
Maybe you are, maybe you ain't. What was you doing at the hospital? Playing sick to duck out of knocking off that store with me?
Nah, I wasn't. Gibbsy's sister-in-law passed out cold. And she's a plenty sick dame, too.
Yeah, so what?
So listen, Bill. Maybe we better not knock off that store tomorrow night, huh?
Now, look, pal. Either you go in with me tomorrow night, or I'm going to the cops about what happened to old man Billings' $300.
Are you nuts or something?
No, smart. Because I figure if you can get out of robbing that store tomorrow night, you're going to the cops about how I stuck you up and grabbed that $300 off you.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm going to the cops myself and tell them a nice little story about how you handed over the money to me without me even asking you for it. Or even knowing you had it.
But the cops ain't gonna believe you.
Why not? They don't know me. I ain't even got a record but you. You got a record about as bad as a 3-time loser. You can squawk your head off that I was lying and the cops would just laugh in your face. Ain't that right, chum?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So unless you want this dame you call Gibbsy to be all broke up about you being a crook, you're gonna rob that store with me tomorrow night, huh?
All right, I'll help you, Bill. I'll see you tomorrow night like I said I would. So long.
Hey, wait a minute, chum.
What for?
A guy who's gonna pull a job ought to case the joint a little, don't you think?
Well, you've looked the joint over, ain't you?
Yeah, but I think you ought to see the layout, too. Come on, I'll show it to you.
I ain't got the time tonight, Bill.
But you got time to have your teeth kicked in, huh? Come on.
Okay. All right. Where is this joint?
Not far from here, just a couple of blocks down this way. It's a store on River Street.
Aren't you glad you agreed to come for a walk, Penny?
Mm-hmm. Guess I really need to be here. But, we're only walking as far as River Street, Johnny. You promised.
Oh. Well, that means we stop here and turn back because this is River Street.
Oh? So soon?
Mm-hmm. So soon.
Johnny,
Hmm?
look at the view across the river. Look at those little lights moving along the hillside near the bank.
Oh.
Kind of hard to believe they're just car lights, isn't it?
Uh-huh. They look more like fireflies, where the lights flicker among the trees.
Yeah. You know, when I see the lights of cars moving through the night, sometimes I wonder... I guess you think I'm silly.
No, I won't because I think the same thing.
What do you think?
Oh, I wonder who the people are inside those cars, where they're going so late at night, and why. And if they're people I'd like to know. How my whole life might have been changed if I knew them once, or would be changed if I were to meet them now. Isn't that what you think about, too?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I think about. It's true, Johnny. How meeting one person can suddenly change your life. It's kind of frightening to think about sometimes. Your life can be going along smoothly at almost a dull and boring pace. And then someone can come along and suddenly life's a turmoil of excitement.
Or trouble.
Yeah.
And sorrow.
Yeah.
And disappointment.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny, it's so lovely, and we haven't been away from the hospital but a minute or two. So,
Yeah?
So let's walk up River Street for a block or two.
Okay.
And Johnny, hold my hand if you don't mind.
There's a joint, Freddie, just across the street.
Okay, I see it, Bill. Now I scram home.
No, duck back in the shadows here. I'm going to tell you about the layout inside the store.
Okay.
Here, this is fine. Nobody can see us here. Now, you see the door right there?
Yeah.
That's the River Street entrance. Got a double lock on the inside of it.
How are we going to get through that?
We ain't. We're going to duck the River Street entrance and come through. Hey, duck back in the dark a little. Couple of lovers ambling down River Street on the other side.
Yeah, I see them. Looks like a couple of lovers, all right. And okay, too. They're holding hands. Well, I'll be a...
Get back in the shadows, you stupid fool, and stay here.
Yeah, okay. But that guy's holding hands with Gibbsy when she ought to be back there in the...
Hey, that dame over there is your pal, Gibbsy.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Nothing, chump, nothing at all. Only I'm glad I see what she looks like.
Yeah, why?
Because if you sort of turn yellow and don't show up to knock off that store tomorrow night, I'll be sure to rough up the right dame, that's why.
Well, seems as if Freddie Lang will have to rob the store with Bill Carver, or put Penny Gibbs in serious danger. But won't Freddie bring trouble to Penny even if he does rob the store? And how serious is Suzanne's strange and sudden illness? Be sure to listen to the next dramatic episode of Hearts in Harmony. Has your family been asking this question? Say, Mom, when will you be able to get Kroger Tenderay beef again? Well, tell them that soon famous Kroger Tenderay beef will be plentiful once more. Meanwhile, keep this in mind. Right now, Kroger is doing everything possible to bring you the very best beef on the market whenever it's available. Remember, too, your neighborhood Kroger store has a grand selection of fine meats, seafoods with an ocean-fresh flavor, and tempting country-tasting poultry. What's more, they're yours at thrifty prices. So for the finest in foods, go to your neighborhood Kroger store.